Now we start with the verse. Here we go. And if you know it, you can chant with me happily. Okay? Om Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarna Rajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'avaha. Jatavedo Ma'avaha. Jatavedo, beautiful name for the fire. How many of you watched the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks in it? Guess what happens to him when he starts the fire, right? Mystical experiences. And what does he do with that ball, right? He deifies that. Look at human nature, okay? That which I produce in turn informs me is the meaning of the word Jata Veda. Jata Veda. I make it happen. We start the fire, right? And in turn the fire will inform us. Through that process, we're going to get knowledge. That is what Jata Veda means. Isn't that beautiful? Because they got all their knowledge when they were doing these homas, remember, the rishis, right? Jata Veda, ma'a, bring to us. Here it's a collective thought, isn't it? Ma'a, bring to us. Bring to us what? Here we go on the description. Hiranyavarnam, of the color of gold. Which is the metal that is royal?
Gold.
Okay. I was very happy when I hate to do some side things sometimes, and I apologize if I take away too much. But it's like when your background is so much into Sanatana Dharma, when you get confirmations from outside, it feels very good. So I was reacting to a feeling I have in a gap, to whatever resin or whatever they put. So I wasn't given a choice, so I changed my dentist, and the new dentist said, these are the, and he gave me a lecture on the royal gold.
Oh, wow.
I said, thank you. In my mind, I said, thank you for saying that. Okay, so, all right. So of the nature of gold, Hiranyavarna, Harini. Harini is a deer. Okay? It's a deer. Yeah, what's a deer? Okay, what's this? Hiranyavarnam Harini, golden deer. Okay? Suvarna Rajata Srajam. Rajata is dust.
Okay. Gold dust. Gold dust.
So it's combined, and with the dust you get the gold. Hiranyavarnam Harinim. It's like a harini, means constantly jumping, moving. Okay, restless. Okay.
What does it have to do with dust?
It'll come back later
Okay.
when you will see. It's the collection. These dust, different pieces of the gold ends up in becoming something solid. When we come to the coins and transaction, it'll make more sense to you. In life, what happens? Okay? This was pointing to something that's going to come later. Hiranya, we say, is gold. Okay? But it also means substance, essence. So when we use the word Hiranyagarbha, have you heard that word in prayers? Hiranyagarbha, it means the embryonic substance from which this creation came into being. Because it's Garbha is womb. Out of this womb came the whatever, right? So here the substance that comes out of the womb is Hiranyagarbha, not golden egg, okay? They translate it as golden egg.
Yeah.
First of all, it's not even egg. How can they call the Garbha as egg? I've never understood that. You know, how they have used the word for Garbha. We all know Garbha is the womb, right? So anyway, we are going to see how things come into being. Chandra, you know Chandra, right? Yeah, moon. But here it also means pleasing. Also, I will say, because parallel, keep that in mind. What is the shape of the moon?
Round.
What is the shape of the coin?
Round.
What's the color of Paurnami moon? Purnima moon?
Gold.
Parallel truths. We have to struggle, but they didn't struggle like we are doing. All comes together, mind you. Everything will come together. Chandram Hiranmayim. Now, Hiranmayim. So, Chandram is also pleasing, okay? It means pleasing. Hiranmayim means it's not just gold on the gold plated. Everything is gold. Every atom is gold. There. Hiranmayim. Now comes the important word, Lakshmi. I don't know if in your local, our mother tongue, we use the word Nalla Lakshanam. You know what? Yes?
Yeah.
Nice Lakshana. What is that all about? When do we say that? When do we say that?
Quality, nice quality.
It's a sign.
Right? When you see somebody or something, or something is happening, ಅದು ನಲ್ಲ ಶುಭ ಲಕ್ಷಣಂ ಅನ್ನೋದು. Yeah, right? Look at that word Lakshmi. It's a mark. That's why Lakshmana is called Lakshmana, because he had a mark. What does mark have to do with me? Whether we like it or not, we all want to make a mark. Agreed?
Yeah.
We all want to. And to make a mark, we need to have the skills. Whatever the mark is, it doesn't matter. We need the skills. And so the appeal will come like that later on. Give me the tools, give me the skills with which I can make the mark. Chandram Hiranmayam Lakshmi, bring that to me. Make that possible. Make that possible that I can make the mark. Or we can make the mark, because ma'avaha it is. We can make the mark. Because remember, most often things were commissioned by kings those days. Kings often commissioned a yagna. And so there's a sense of almost all the yagnas you will see are in a collective way. It was done in a group, in a gathering, for the benefit of the community. Okay?
Q1. O Agni, you present yourself to me as an external manifestation of the fire of willpower within me. I thus address my own Chitagni as I make this request. May the flames of my own willpower rise and touch the divine source of all illumination, knowledge and energy. May you bring to me all that is necessary for me to transact in this world, so day by day I can fulfill my dharma and live the life divine.
So the next verse. Please, let's recite it together. Tam ma'avaha jatavedo Lakshmi anupagavini yasyam hiranyam vindeyam gamashva purushanaham. Tam again refers to Lakshmi. Here, again as I've said, give us the facility, the skills, the capacity to make the mark. Okay, Tam refers to that. Tam, Lakshmi, ma bring to us. Oh, Jataveda, fire again, addressing the Father. By which I can get the following. What is it here? Yasyam hiranyam vindeyam gamashva purushanya. By whose substance, hiranyam, remember I told you, hiranyavarnam has the meaning of substance. By whose substance, by whose values, by whose products, I can get vindeyam, we can get what? Gama, Ashwa, Purusha. Aha. Gama is provisions. Those days, agricultural thing, the cow is everything. They were, the cow provided so much. Now think, do we need provisions? Of course we do, right? So when we use the word gama, we don't think of cows anymore. We are thinking about all the provisions that we need to have the life going, right? By whose substance I can get what? Gama, provisions. Ashwa, what was the major transportation for them was a horse. For us, horse or Ashwa in the Vedic also means energy, okay? It definitely means energy. There are other suktas that point to that. So that's why I had to put in energy and transportation. Give us the energy and modes of transportation. You all know what happens when the car is not working, right? Like our legs are broken, huh? Yeah. Gama Ashwa. Purusha refers to services now for us. Purusha then were attendants, people, servitors, who help things around in the life that they're leading. We still have that services in the terms of plumber and electrician and whatever. Gosh, do we need them? Very badly. So when you make a phone call to get something repaired, think of the Shree Suktam. Especially in India, because they'll say, okay, we'll come, and then for 2 days they don't show up. Tamavaha Jatavedo Lakshmi Anapagaminim. So when we say we have all of this, normally, we are requesting here, hey, I'm not asking for today, only for today. I want the same thing tomorrow also. Anapagam, that which will not leave me. Okay? Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Anapagaminim. We know, we realize that, we talk about wealth being very fickle, and Lakshmi, the Devta, they would say how Lakshmi is very fickle, unlike Saraswati. She's not dependable and all of that. It all came from here.
Very practical.
See, thank you. Thank you. That's what it is.
O Agni, bring to me that Lakshmi, which will never abandon me. I know that if I have Lakshmi, then I can acquire nourishment, provisions, transport and services that in turn support and facilitate life. So too, I know that with the knowledge from the Vedas, nourished internally with adequate energy translated into actions, with the support and services of the good, I can live the life divine.
Make sense? Or any questions on that one? Yeah. See, this makes it easier to understand on a daily basis. To get to finally, when you know the Shree Suktam, you don't need to think anymore, because you've already felt it, experienced it, and then just chanting it is more than enough, because these are things we already know. Okay, all we're doing right now is just reinforcing it. We already know that. Okay, let's recite it together. Ashwapurvam Rathamadhyam Hastinada Prabodhinim Shriyam Devi Mupahve Shrirma Devi Jushatam. Okay. Ashwapurvam, simple meaning, what does it mean? With the horses in front. Simple meaning. Rathamadhyam, chariot in the middle. Hastinada Prabodhinim, awaken, Prabodhinim, awaken how? By the sound of the elephants. Hasti here means elephants.
I like that.
Okay. Shriyam Devim Upahve. Having said that, I am calling. Upahve is invoking, calling. Who? What are we calling? What energy is Shriyam Devim, divine Shriyam. We are calling now. Upahve Shrirma Devi Jushatam. Make Jushatam is a hard word to translate in English. It means causing to rejoice. I'm able to rejoice because of that. You understand? So it's a double process. Something coming in and the result is rejoice. That's what Jushatam means. Okay, that is making me rejoice. So make that Shrir Ma, make us. Again, talking about it is a we. But when we do it, we have to think more about individual, because we're not going to be doing it in a we sense, right? I'm going to go back to the first line. Ashwa Purva. Ashwa in our scriptures has to do with our sensory systems. Okay, I'm going to give you different levels of parallel. Okay, has to do with our sensory systems. All right, and then Ratha is almost always compared to our body. They call it a golden chariot. They're saying our body is a golden chariot. And we are the riders with our mind and everything. We are riding in this body. Temporarily though, yeah. Ashwapurvam. Hastinada, nada.
Nada is sound.
Sound. How do we move if we don't have motivation to do anything? This is the biggest problem with depression, is it not? They will lie down and not wake up, and for depression, Usha Suktam is very good for that.
Which one?
Usha Suktam. I think that Usha Suktam may be Vishwamitra. There are two Usha Suktams, but the one that I think it's Vishwamitra's, but I'll let you know when I look into my lesson course. It's there. Usha Suktam, it's there in the lesson course. Very, very good for those who are undergoing depression. So if you want to move, if you want to do anything, we have to be motivated. And where does the motivation come from? You can talk to somebody who is having depression, but it won't do good until that person internally. And so all motivation comes from inside. That's what this description is. Ashwapurvam Rathamadhyam Hasti. We are coming to ourselves now, our body-mind equipment. We are saying this is what we have. This is the equipment we have with which we are going to be able to achieve what we want to achieve. And as you get older, you realize that even more how important it is to do social service to the body. It doesn't work as good. Okay.
But why did they pick the elephant for the sound?
Because in the olden days during the battle, it's either conch blowing or elephant.
Okay.
Now we are ready to go into battle. Good question. Very good question. Yeah. So, all right. Okay. Shriyam. Coming now to Shriyam Devi Upaya. Now it's no longer Lakshmi. Who's being called now? Upahwe is much more active than before. Avaha is bring. But Upahwe is calling. When you call, it's more forceful, is it not? Yeah. Much more forceful saying can bring to me as opposed to I'm calling. So this is very forceful now. Upahwe, I'm calling. Who am I calling? The divine. Okay, some of you already know this part. The definition of Devata is not God. Diyate iti Devata. Source of illumination is our Devatas. So in June, there will be a workshop on the fundamental concepts behind Devatas. What does Devata mean? I wish you would bring more Americans into, if you know people that will benefit. Because they need to know it too. Because constantly, there's such a misunderstanding of our Devatas because of using the word God. Okay, so the divine, Devi is divine. So when you have a sukta, sukta is made up of several riks in the Vedas. You will see on the top, it will say who the rishi is, who conceived of it, and who the devata is. So here the devata is not Lakshmi, is it? It's Shree. Okay? And then under that they will give you the chandas, the meter with which it has to be recited. In this case, Shree Suktam has several meters. It's not 1 meter. You have heard of Gayatri meter. Then there's Anushtub. Anushtub Chanda. Then there's Trishtub. There's several meters. So the recitation is also that. Who does the recitation? These Patshalas, Vedic Patshalas, in India, they do the recitation. They may not understand what they are reciting, but they are taught to recite it with the proper meter. You'll see the kids being trained like this. When they train them, they'll go like this with the head up and down. You know why? Because there are 3 notes only, and they have to be careful. So there's Panchama is the standard. There's Madhyama going down, and Daivata going up. So when they have to go up,
So Datta, Anudatta, that
Yeah,
Same.
they have to go up, or they will use the hand like this. Now the adults also sometimes you will see will be doing their hand to make absolutely sure that they don't miss out. That's the meter. It's called chandas meter, and so the sukta will tell you what meter it is, or first trick is this meter, second and third another meter. Now the Shree Suktam has several meters. Okay, it's not 1 meter. You will see that as we recite it, the rhythm is not the same. It'll change because the meter changes. Okay, so Devi, so when they say Sri is the Devata, remember there is no form at that. They're not thinking of a form. Okay, there's Marut, there's all kinds of Devatas you will see. Some that we don't even can't even relate to now in the form of a form. Okay, but it's there. It's there because these are all what they're perceiving from nature and getting, right? So. Now here, who are they calling? Shriyam. So already we ran into the word Lakshmi, right? Did we run into the word Shri as yet? No. Okay, so Shriyam is the first indication. Shriyam is the source of Shri, cosmic source of Shri. That's why in India we have this custom of naming the house, right? We put outside, house is given a name. So this one is called Shriyam, the house, for this sake.
So
Shriyam is the cosmic source of Shri. We are drawing out of that cosmic source when we are asking all of this. And my student, who has made his lifetime, maybe he's 26, 27 years old, Sina, Iranian student, beautiful recitation of the Vedic Suktas. If you don't see him, you'll think it's an Indian reciting. Okay, so he has made Shree Suktam his lifetime thing. That's all he's interested in, and that's all he says, I don't need anything more. So, but he challenges me very often, which is nice. So, last time we were talking about Shriyam, he said, oh, by the way, Vasanti ji, I have a question, and I know here comes a challenge for me. So, you said this is inexhaustible source of wealth and prosperity and auspiciousness and everything. I said, yes. She said, but that means we'll be depriving other people and this and that. It'll get exhausted because how can it be inexhaustible? Because he's thinking about the world. You see, he has a good point there. Very good point. You're telling me this is inexhaustible and therefore I can ask of it. But I always used to qualify, I said, do it the dharmic way, please. Don't do it in an adharmic way. Follow the dharmic way of requesting this. But he had a point. Then I said, when you are reciting this, the world, the universe will provide what you need. Inexhaustible as far as your needs are concerned. It will be. It will be. There is no question about that. This is not, the verse is not like sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya. What is that? There we are expressing, this is not like that. This is very, very individualistic here at this point. Is it selfish? No, it's not. It's not selfish, but you are kind of going to have to focus. It's a focus on yourself. You can help others only if you have helped yourself. Okay, so when I say inexhaustible, it means with reference to you. Shriyam is the cosmic source of Shri, and that's inexhaustible as far as you are concerned. When I used to think about why this is called Shree Suktam, again, like before, something told me after having done this several years of Shree Suktam and teaching and whatever, something is hidden here. I felt something is hidden here. By Goddess Mukambika's grace, she always opens it up to me. I never know when, but I know she will. if she put this thought that something is hidden here, she is duty bound to give me the answer. This is how I look at it. Okay, the first time it happened was when I went to Mukambika temple, going from this country, which is a big gap. This is in Karnataka with my kids and all to India. And I had to, on my husband's behalf, I had to go to Mukambika temple. I didn't want to take the kids. They were very small and that place is not, okay for kids who are grown up in this country, the food and hygiene and everything. And I didn't want to take the risk. My parents said, no, we'll take care of them, but your husband wanted something done at Mukambika temple. Besides, I'm very fond of the temple. So just go, we'll take care of it for you, right? So then I told my father, I want to make it like a tirtha. Now I'm older. So he gave me a Malayalam book that gave Mukambika Mahatmya. It's in Malayalam, but it's Sanskrit, but it's written in Malayalam. So my father read it to me and I wrote it in Sanskrit so that I can, and then I wrote the meaning it in English. Now I'm traveling in the train with my aunt, who also wanted to go. And in the trains they have this blue light at night. So I'm still reading it because I want to get to go to see the mother having been absorbed by this Mahatmya. Anytime you go on a Tirtha Yatra, if you can take some text with you, boy, you'll get so much more out of it, It's so nice because you're focusing properly for that Tirtha Yatra. So, anyway, that reminds me, Shanti, ask me when we go for lunch, there's a text on Murugan that I want you to read, okay? So, anyway, so I'm still reading and suddenly something occurs in my click. Circle the first letter of each word in this set of verses. That thought. Okay, I obey such thoughts. Stop. No more, no need to go anymore. It's all coming from here only. Nobody out there is telling me to do that. It's all coming from inside, right? Then I put them together. It's a mantra. It's a mantra. A mantra that I never heard before. I said, all right. So when I went to the temple, there's a young priest there. Very, very rebellious, but very knowledgeable. So I said, Narayana, I'm going to ask you something. I said, I'm going to tell you a mantra. You tell me, because they are all associated with the temple. They go into the Garbhagriha and everything, right? You tell me anything about it. So I told the mantra. His face changed. He was horrified. Where'd you get this from? I said, never mind where. Tell me the significance of this mantra. He said, only we people know that. We meaning those who go and take care of the Devi inside. Okay. I still didn't tell him my source. Somehow distracted him, He never asked me. I'm Gauri, I'm Parameshwari, I'm Swaha. It's Sri Mukambika's Moola Mantra. I'm Gauri, I'm Parameshwari, I'm Swaha. It's Sri Mukambika's Moola Mantra. Look at that. So, that was the very first opening. So, my student Sina, this Iranian fellow, has given me a title, you're a decoder. So I realized there's something hidden here. So what is it? Purvam, in front. A shwa. I took the sh. Half a sh. It's only half a sh here, right? Ratha madhyam, middle, ra. I took the ra. Half a sh, half a ra. Hasti. Combine it, what do you have? Shreem. Half a sh, full ra, e, long e, and Combine it, you have the. That's why this is Shree Sukta, and not Lakshmi Sukta. So I called my Tirumeni, who initiated me in the ritual of the devatas, all the pujas and stuff, over the phone. And he was shocked. He said, where did you get this from? I said, from no source. It's your Purva Janma, okay? It's from your previous birth. It's coming from your previous birth. This is what he said, So, okay, now somebody would read that, please. Oh, wait, I didn't go. Oh, I went over the picture. Okay, here, this is the inexhaustible source, okay, like a well. Let me explain this. we are, let's say, life. Most people, it's not a life, just a life, right? Just basic. As we evolve, however, materially, mentally, everything, then we have what's called some of us already are born into what's called a good life. But from that point, when we go further, then only life becomes life divine. If we are still here, we cannot live the life divine. If this is all we are living, see, all of us who are here are beyond this, that's for sure. But good life, if we stop at that, we'll never get to the life divine. For all of that, this is important. Even if you want to live a life divine, you still have to go to this inexhaustible, because wealth can come different ways, right? Spiritual wealth, right? That's also wealth, right? And so that's inexhaustible source of wealth, whatever wealth that may be. Okay, so if you can read the next one, Gita.
O Agni, I am from within, calling on the infinite source of abundance that is Shriyam. My body and my energies, guided by dharmic motivation, are ready for the pursuit. May this source of abundance, Shriyam, manifest itself in me and thus bring about my rejoicing.
Okay, all right. Makes sense.